Anyway, the New England Patriots, you know, most people think of them, or the Cowboys like America's team, whatever, right? So, we'll talk about them today. They're crumbling right before our very eyes, and personally, I couldn't be happier about it. All the years of Bill Belichick's smug comments and on to Cincinnati and just getting beat by him and Brady over and over, it wears on you. I'm very happy to see them now, of course, taking a step back. It's a nice little switch up. And I already know what's going to happen, under this video. Because I'll preface this by saying I am going to rip Bill Belichick and the Patriots a little bit. And I know what I'm going to hear. Oh, but he's got 7 rings. What do you have? What do the Steelers have? Right? What does your favorite team have? Bill Belichick did this. I agree. Bill Belichick's legacy, at the bare minimum, has him as a top 3 all-time coach. The accomplishments, the culture he was able to build, defenses, the team success, kind of helping mold one of, well, actually, I don't even want to say one of anymore, the best quarterback to ever play the game. I think he deserves a ton of recognition, ton of credit. Obviously a Hall of Famer, probably a top 3 of all time, like I said. But with that being said, I'd like to propose the other side of this argument. Remember, 2 things can be true at once, right? I can think that Bill deserves all that credit, and I can also say what I'm about to say. The Patriots signed Devontae Parker for 3 years, $33 million, right? Very similar deal to Juju. That's weird. They're both nice receivers. Both would be average 2s, closer to a really good 3 maybe. Here's what's interesting, right? With the offense's limiting factor being speed and playmaking, they've now signed 2 players who just don't separate. They're not explosive. They don't create plays on their own. And they signed them well above their market value. Not only did you get a 3, you paid them like a low-end 1. But you did it twice. Not only did you do it once, you did it twice. Right? Both of them are system-dependent players, coaching-dependent players. They need the system to help get them open. I mean, literally, Devontae Parker is 132 of 132 in separation. Like, I'm talking dead last in the league according to, like, next-gen stats or whatever they use to track that. Like, I don't even think are those receivers even top 10, 15? No. That's not even an argument. They're not with Tyreek Hill or Devontae Adams, right? They're just not. I don't even think you'd put them in the second class with like a Tyler Lockett and a Deontay Johnson, Keenan Allen, right? They're not in that class. Would you even put them in the third class receivers, which is like a Tyler Boyd, Gabe Davis class? No, I'd put them with like an Allen Lazard, roughly, maybe, somewhere on there. I mean, again, just to go back to that stat, in the last 3 years, Devontae Parker, according to Next Gen Stats, has been dead last in separation. In 2022, he was 132 of 132. In 2021, he was 120, I want to say 7 of 127, and he was like 129 of 129 in 2022. Dead last 3 years in a row. It's not an anomaly. It's not, he had 1 down year. No, he's had 3. That's what he is. Right? That is the player he is. And it seems like the more control Bill Belichick gets, the more the Patriots go downhill. And this is where I tie it back to loving to watch Bill Belichick and the New England Patriots crumble. Let's go ahead and play a little game that we played. Let's put up coaching resumes, and let's see how it shakes out. So let's go here, Coach 1 and Coach 2. So Coach 1 wins less than half his games. Playoff records 1 and 2. His average, ranking offense in scoring is 17th in the league. Defense is 11th, so it was a bit of a defensive coach. The next coach, he wins 64% of his games. Interesting. Much better than the playoffs. He's in the playoffs much more. He's 22 and 16. Average scoring offense is 9th. Average scoring defense is, again, 11. That's odd. Let's reveal who they are. Oh, the one that wins 47% of his games. What do you know? It's Bill Belichick without Tom Brady. That's Bill's years in Cleveland. That's Bill's years post-Brady in New England. That's Bill's 1 year with Matt Castle when Brady was hurt. There's Bill. And the other coach is, of course, Andy Reid. And I think we view Andy Reid as like, oh, he's this offensive genius, but he's not Bill, right? Of course he's not Bill. You're right, he's not Bill. I'd argue he's better than Bill. He's better than Bill. Is he better than Bill with Brady, with McDaniels, with Randy Moss, and with a bunch of talent? Probably not. But is he better than Bill right now? Absolutely is. Okay, let's do this again. So we'll keep Bill up on the one side here. Next coach wins, 63% of his games. A little bit under 500 in the playoff, but again, is in more playoff games. Average scoring offense is 15th, but average scoring defense is 9th, so a little bit better defensively, right? That's Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin, who's viewed as, oh, he won with Cowher's team, and oh, if your argument is that he's never been under 500, then that's not a real argument. Well, looks to me like he wins more, gets to the playoffs more. Better defensively, actually, believe it or not. Okay, let's do another one. This coach here wins 63% of his games, slightly above 500 in the playoffs. His average scoring offense is 6th, defense is 16th, so not quite as good defensively, but much, much better offensively. Who is that? That'd be future Hall of Famer Sean Payton. Sean Payton, Super Bowls, Drew Brees, right? Saints were a high-powered offense for a while. That'd be Sean Payton. Okay, this one's going to really make people mad. Okay, this is the last one, I swear. See, the next coach, 61%, winning percentage. Playoff record, again, slightly over 500, and in more playoff games, much more playoff games. Average scoring offense is 8th, so much better offensively. Again, 16th defensively, so not great. Who is that guy that stacks up actually pretty good against Bill Belichick without Tom Brady? What do you know? It's Mike McCarthy. Everybody wants to run Mike McCarthy out of Dallas, and I can hear an argument for let's make a change, but let's not act like Mike McCarthy's some sort of bum. I know he's had Aaron. I know he's had Dak, who's a very competent quarterback. I get all that, but that's what he is. He's playing with the cards he's dealt, and what do you know? He's succeeding. And it should be noted as well. People say, well, Bill's got, since Brady's left, he's had Mac Jones, and in Cleveland, who did he have? Fair, but let's also look at who he's drafted. A bunch of nobodies. And let's also remember that he was the one that forced Brady out. He was the one that wanted Garoppolo in 2015. Right? He was the one who was abrasive and eroded the relationship with Brady. And the primary reason Brady left, because he can't draft and develop offensive talent. Brady looked around and said, Jacoby Myers is my number one. He doesn't separate. And I like Jacoby Myers, but he doesn't separate. He's not the number one. Whose fault is that? None other than Bill Belichick's. So you could say, oh, well, you like to post these stats, but look at the talent he's had. It's his fault. I'm not giving him credit. I'm not giving him credit for dealing with a situation that he created. That's all on him. So you could say, oh, it's a shorter sample size. It's 150 games. Not that small. I can't make Josh Allen punt in recent years. And I'm not saying that Bill's not this legend. I'm not saying you should fire him immediately. But my point is, times change. Right? The NFL is not about history. If it's about history, we'll talk about baseball. Oh, there's still an argument for Babe Ruth over Shohei Ohtani. If we want to talk about history, we'll talk about baseball. Right? The NFL is, what are you going to do for me tomorrow? How do you help me win games tomorrow? Can we win this season? That's it. Nothing else matters in the NFL. And right now, Bill Belichick clearly does not have the answer for can you help me win?